From being involved in Scientology to revealing secrets, here's our list of celebrities who fell for evil partners and instantly regretted it. Now, it seems like Ben Affleck didn't learn his lesson when he was with Jennifer Lopez. Now, the pair were dating and got engaged in the early 2000s, but called it off. Then they rekindled their relationship and got engaged again, actually got married, and then got divorced after only 2 years of marriage. Now, Ben has seen all sides of Jen, and he's made it clear that they had very different opinions when it came to privacy and the press. Ben was taken aback when Jen shared with songwriters the private love letters he wrote to her to serve as inspiration for her upcoming album, This Is Me Now. In a preview for her forthcoming Amazon Prime documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, Jen had invited musicians to their home and gave them access to Ben's love letters. Now, later on he says, "Things that are private I always feel are sacred and special because in part they're private." He added, "When Jen and I broke up before, while looking back at the end of their engagement in 2003, the catalyst for that was this massive amount of scrutiny around our private life." However, he suggested that the couple didn't necessarily share the same viewpoints when it came to having a romance in the public eye. "I had a very firm sense of boundaries initially around the press, while Jen I don't think objected to it in the way I did," he said, "and I very much did object to it." Now, when there were rumblings about the couple getting divorced, a source had this to say: "If there was a way to divorce on grounds of temporary insanity, Ben would. He feels like the past 2 years were just a fever dream, and he's come to his senses now and understands there's just no way this is going to work." Now, Julia Roberts and Kiefer Sutherland first met on the set of the 1990 film Flatliners and began a short-lived romance. Both actors ended their previous relationships, and they were not dating for long when they got engaged. They had a wedding planned for June in 1991, but on their wedding day, neither Kiefer nor Julia was at the altar. People noticed Kiefer removing his stuff from his and Julia's Hollywood home, and meanwhile, Julia wasn't even in the country, but in Dublin with Kiefer's best friend. Yep, she ran away with his friend, Jason Patrick, on the day of their intended wedding. "We were both young and we were both very much in love. We had decided that we wanted to get married, and then other things kinda took over," Kiefer said on the Jess Cagle interview. Now, this sounds like something straight out of a movie that Julia would star in, not her real life. Now, if you followed Rob Kardashian and Blacc Chyna's on-again, off-again relationship, you'll know that they ended on bad terms. On July 5th, 2017, in a series of Instagram posts, Rob appeared to publicly shame his ex, with whom he has a daughter, Dream, in a series of Instagram posts that he shared with his 9.4 million followers at the time. Now, among the insulting posts, Rob shared a video body-shaming the reality star, who he claimed had weight loss surgery after giving birth, as well as a series of explicit NSFW posts on his Instagram, including a video that Chyna allegedly sent him that he said showed her having intimacy with another man. He captioned the post, "Everyone wonders how Chyna lost all that weight after the baby, and she lies to everyone, but no, I'm such a good husband that on our anniversary I paid $100,000 to do the surgery to get everything fixed as much as they could. And then guess what she did after she was all healed when I was by her side the entire time? She left me and my baby, which she had out of spite to get back at her other baby daddy. I can't believe you disrespect me like this." Now, is this the type of revenge? Yes, but it's also completely illegal. After this, Blacc Chyna filed a lawsuit against Rob and his family for allegedly damaging her brand and verbally and physically mistreating her. According to the lawsuit, Chyna alleges that the nude photo scandal, along with the influence from the Kardashian family, are what got Rob and Chyna her reality show axed before season 2. Now, Rob and Chyna eventually reached a settlement, but this whole situation was just really messy. Kim Kardashian was with Kanye West for years before she realized what a horrible person he was. Now, they were happy until things started to go south in 2020. In July 2020, Kanye acknowledged the possibility of Kim ending their marriage, and later that month he wrote on Twitter that he had been attempting to divorce Kim. He also wrote that the Kardashian family was attempting to lock him up. Now in January 2021, CNN reported that the couple were discussing divorce, and a month later, Kim filed for divorce, agreeing to joint custody of their children and declining spousal support from each other. Now the divorce settlement was finalized in November 2022, but after they divorced, Kim started to date Pete Davidson, which Kanye did not like, and he took a lot of digs at Pete and Kim. Kanye bullied Pete all over the internet and also came out with a song about how much he hated him. Now Kanye has also gone on many strange rants the last couple of years against Kim, where he once claimed that he was banned from his daughter Chicago's birthday party. He posted online about it saying, "You are lying and are liars. Y'all basically kidnapped Chicago on her birthday so she could remember her father not being there, so there. Also, I should see my children 100% of the time, but since there's a separation, it should have been 50% of the time. Y'all wouldn't have played with Donda like that in Jesus' name." Now, the Kardashians, for their part, have repeatedly denied Kanye's claims about Chicago's birthday, as after this rant, Khloe commented on Kanye's post begging him to please stop tearing Kimberly down, adding that her family has had enough of the false birthday narrative. Now, things have settled down as Kanye has remarried a woman who looks exactly like Kim, but hey, if that's what gets him to leave the real Kim alone, she's probably fine with that. Emma Roberts and Evan Peters have actually broken up 3 times and been engaged twice, which is already pretty messy. Now, they called off their first engagement in 2014 before getting back together 2 years later. Now, this was of course after Emma was arrested. Back in July 2013, cameras caught the couple in the aftermath of a serious physical fight. The New York Daily News reported that on July 7th that year, Montreal police responded to a report of a domestic disturbance in a hotel room. Now, they discovered Evan with a bloody nose and bite mark and arrested Emma. Evan chose not to file charges against her, however the Paps caught a dramatic scene as a distraught Emma hugged him as the news made headlines. Now afterwards, the pair told Us Weekly in a statement, "It was an unfortunate incident and a misunderstanding. Ms. Roberts was released after questioning, and the couple are working together to move past it." Now the duo continued to date off and on until 2019. Evan was so in love with Emma and their relationship became very toxic, an insider told Us Weekly after their final split. They had the highest highs and then would not speak for days. Now, the couple never addressed any of these incidents, and they had a very complicated relationship and then, of course, eventually parted ways, which was probably the best for both of them. Tom Cruise. Now, Kate Holmes and Tom Cruise began dating in 2005, and Kate began studying Scientology shortly after. Now, in April of 2006, they welcomed their daughter Suri, and the couple got married 7 months later and would stay together for 6 years. Now, unfortunately, things ended badly in 2012. Despite staying pretty quiet during their divorce, yep, they were getting divorced, immediately people speculated that Tom's dedication to Scientology had a hand in it. When asked if Kate had requested a divorce in part to protect Suri from the group, Tom said, "There's no need to protect my daughter from my religion." But he did later admit that that was in fact one of the reasons. Now, it's since come out that Kate filed for divorce due to fear of Tom abducting their child into Scientology. Now, Kate was granted full custody while Tom was afforded visitation rights, even though the custody agreement struck between makes it clear that he can see their daughter for 10 days a month. It seems like he hasn't been able to make that happen. Now, on top of that, a source close to the situation said that it seems to be a deliberate choice he is making. But honestly, the thing that exposed Tom the most is, again, the fact on his own he decided to choose Scientology over his daughter, and he's literally not spoken to her since the split. Now, apparently members are forbidden from associating with non-believers, so he cut ties, which is honestly just sad.